I came to New Zealand with the intention of being both studious and adventurous. When it came to my mid-semester break, I was adventurous. Up until that point, I had been on several outing club hikes and weekend excursions, but hadn't been to any of the major cities or North Island. So for my break, I wanted a spontaneous week exploring New Zealand. A break without a plan was not what most people had in mind. But there was one person who showed interest. Kathy. Kathy was from my IFSA-Butler program, and although we didn't know each other too well, the trip seemed appealing to her. I was happy to have someone come along. After a bit of skepticism over the planning, we bought a plane ticket that would get us part of the way home, and we started north. Our adventure began with a ride from friends to Christchurch, where we would pick up Jasmine, our transfer car. We took Jasmine to a parking spot right on the beach, slept in the hatchback, and woke up to a beautiful sunrise. From there, we drove through the magnificent scenery of the Marlborough Sounds to Picton, which is the peak of the South Island and where we would ferry across to Wellington. We did the windy city of Wellington justice, seeing the Te Papa Tongarawera, the New Zealand Museum, going on a tour of Parliament, checking out the home of Lord of the Rings at Wada Caves, smelling the botanical gardens, and seeing a phenomenal show at the Homey Circa Theatre. And we did it all in a day and a half. From there, the mode of transport changed yet again. Hitchhiking. New Zealand is a traveler-friendly country, with so much of the population having traveled before. We met so many great characters and had some good old-fashioned Kiwi hospitality. A musician, Niha Gate, gave us a CD he had made and a place to spend the night. Joe Hall offered us jobs. An adorable old couple told us of all their U.S. adventures, and Terry had meat pies with us at Hookah Falls in Taupo. While in Taupo, we climbed Mount Doom and had legs of lamb with a recent Kiwi friend's mother, before we hitchhiked more rides to Rotorua, and where we met up with friends that we toured the East Coast and Coromandel with. Our adventures included sleeping in a lifeguard tower before running to a sunrise, crab fishing in the Bay of Plenty, exploring and playing on multiple beaches, digging our own hot pools at Hot Water Beach, and body surfing at Cathedral Cove. From there, we went to Auckland. We had some homemade pumpkin soup and checked out the Auckland Museum before we flew back to Christchurch to have the last leg of our mission, get to Dunedin. The 5-hour car ride would be difficult to hitchhike with 6 hours of daylight. We were starting to get nervous when it turned 4 and we still needed to go 4 hours. Luckily, our positive attitudes and smiles turned someone around. And as luck would have it, the guy who picked us up had been a University of Otago graduate, taken the improv course I was currently in, and was going to meet friends I had recently met. He dropped us off right at our doorstep, making Mission Auckland a success. 6 cities, 6 modes of transportation, and several adventures later, we were back in Dunedin in our warm flats. Overall, the spontaneity of the trip and the graciousness of all the people we met along the way imparted the joy of life that Kiwis exude. The trip made me rethink the buckle-down approach I had been stuck in with my academics and helped me relish the moments I was having in school and my early 20s. Now I'm taking more time to stop and smell the roses.